How's it going, guys? My name is Tanner Campbell,
I'm Carson, Lile.
and today we're going to be doing a presentation on lean construction. So what is lean construction? Lean construction has two main goals. First one is to continuously be improving on your job site or in the workplace that you're in. And the second is to eliminate waste as much as possible when you are conducting your business and doing your work. It's not just used in construction. Like up here it says it is used all across the world in various industries, from construction to retail, cars, food industry, things of that nature. It's used all over. So, more. There we go. So, why do you use lean? Lean is out there to save money and time, and is also to be more efficient. When somebody sees that you're carrying those on and doing those practices in your job site, it's going to make people want to work with you more and more because you do great work and you get things done on time. So what are the 8 sins for lean? 8 sins for lean is overproduction, transportation, excess inventory, defects, over-processing, wasted motion, waiting time, and it is also wasted potential. A couple of places where it applies the best to construction is going to be in your defects, where you don't want things to be defective on your job because it's going to put you behind on your time. It's also going to make you lose money if you go past the time that's allotted on the contract. Wasted motion, that's things, you're doing things you're not supposed to. Excess inventory, you need to cut down on the amount of material you have on your job as much as possible. And you also, for wasted potential, is another good one because you want to have people in the right spots at the right times, because if you have people doing things they shouldn't be, they cause even more defects, excess inventory, waste material, and it keeps going up. So why use lean construction? It's a better project delivery method. It makes people want to work with you faster. It also gets your building done faster and better, and it's also going to save your client a lot of money in the long run when you're saving them money on time, and it's going to save them on material. So I'll let Carson finish explaining this right now.
So how do you apply these lean principles that we talked about to construction? It all starts with a schedule. Every construction project has a schedule. It's the driving factor of the project. Everything revolves around it. So there's 3 variables that we can quantify on a construction schedule so we can track them. And it's installation, punch out, and delivery, so lead time on material. So an installation has got the biggest role to play, obviously. It's the actual physical placement of material on the job. It's construction, that's what you do. And there's 3 main ways that lean tackles this. It's through daily huddles, 2-week planning meetings, and 6-week planning meetings. So in the mornings, for daily huddles, you're going to have it in the morning, quick 10, 20-minute meeting with all your foremen of all your trades working on the site. It's going to be a quick meeting that talks about who they're working with, what they're doing, where they're doing it, how they're doing it, if there's any constraints that they have, someone's in their way, you need to move here so I can get into this place here to do this job, then that's when they're going to figure this out. It helps keep the entire project coordinated from day-to-day basis, to being able to tackle tasks and flow throughout the project in order to ensure you save the most amount of time. 2-week planning meeting is the next thing, where you're going to look at it from, it's the same thing as a daily huddle, just for a 2-week period. And so you have, what task it is, what company it is, how many people are going to have working on that project. They're going to promise to do it and get it done. And so, it keeps the subs honest, keeps them working hard, and it makes sure that they know exactly what they need to be doing on each of those days during the project. So this is a chart that is the weekly planning meeting chart for work. So you have your general task, you have your company, your foreman, these are how many employees or laborers you're going to have working on each task, on each day, on each task, and then you can track. If he gets it done, yes. If he doesn't, no. You can mark it down, and you can actually count those up, total them up, and get a percentage for each 2-week planning period on who's getting their job done, why. Then you can figure out if they didn't complete it, you can figure out, ask them why didn't you complete it, what were your constraints, not enough manpower, all that, and you can have all those reasons listed out. So this is a 6-week planning meeting. It happens every 6 weeks. It's the same thing as a 2-week planning meeting. It just looks at the project in a 6-week mindset. So you're going to be looking at all your big milestones, your substantial completion, your big scheduling issues that you're going to have. And so it kind of takes it into, it's not necessarily logistically like who's going to be doing what job and when. It's more of we need to have this many guys here to to deal with this, and you can figure out the logistics at your daily huddles and 2-week planning meetings later on. But it kind of gives everybody an idea of where the project's going and where you're heading toward the end of the goal, and keeps flow moving, which is a big deal. That's a big deal. So delivery. So when does a material need to be delivered to the job site to where you're not wasting time, not wasting space, you don't damage it, but you have it here, that way you can install it as quick as possible. That's what delivery is. And so the way we do this is pull planning. So you're going to go to look at the project. You're going to start at the end of the schedule, and you're going to say, what needs to get done before that? What do I need to have to get that done? And you're going to kind of go back and you go all the way back through the project, all the way to the beginning. And so that way you know, I need to have this by this date. I need to have this, these 10 task items completed and activities done in order to need this material to be installed. And if you do it throughout the entire project, you shouldn't have any issues whenever you get material delivered, unless there's just a late delivery or something. But this needs to be planned out before the job starts. Closeout. So this is a small part of a project in construction, but it's probably the most important. It's how you get your warranties off this. It's how you make your client happy with you, so you return business, and it's how you ultimately get paid your full contract amount. So you got to start a project the way you want to finish it, and you got to flow throughout that entire project. So when you get to closeout, if you started bad, you're going to end bad. The way you do this is phase scheduling. So how are we going to be passing work from one subcontractor to the next throughout the job? So you go from the concrete guy to the steel guy to the finishes guy. So how do you move through the project, pass off work, make activities where they meet, they mesh together seamlessly versus having time wasted, potential wasted because you can't just have people come in and get their job done. It needs to be planned out before the project as well, and also you need trade input on this. Ask the trades, what will be the best way for you to get this done. Use that information and plan off that because they know more about what they're doing than you probably do. So, how popular is lean? Lean is pretty popular. It's usually smaller contractors, 3 to 400 million, mainly because it's hard to implement some of these things on a really big scale. And a lot of times, old habits die hard. People have been doing things a certain way forever, don't want to change. It could change the industry. It certainly, has the ability to if more people would use it, I think. But it just kind of depends on, what company you're at, how willing they are to try new things, and how dedicated you are to actually following these principles and utilizing them in your projects. So, any questions?
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for listening to us. Thank you.